Hello, and welcome to another episode. Good morning to you, or good afternoon, whatever the time of the day is that you are listening to this. We are in for some deep conversations today. If you are on your way to work or driving somewhere, just make sure you're buckled in, please. Let's put that seatbelt on for this ride. All right. Now, sometimes we don't grow because we refuse to grow up. Think about it. Sometimes we don't grow because we refuse to grow up. And whether that's consciously or unconsciously, right? Let's dive into that. You know what keeps us from becoming who we're meant to be? Sometimes it's not time, it's not luck, not other people. It's the fact that we don't grow because we refuse to grow up. We keep looping in the same relationships, having the same arguments, repeating the same heartbreaks, because somewhere inside of us, we're holding on to a unhealed version of ourselves. A version that thinks, maybe it's safe to cling to the familiar than to face the discomfort of change. Yeah, I think it's safer to just cling to this that feels uncomfortable, but it's familiar, than to face even more of a discomfort that comes with change. Because that's just human nature, right? Humans don't like change, or change can be just very challenging. I mean, think about it. Go back to your high school days, right? Our younger days. It's like we used to be a certain way. And change was hard because no one was dressing this other way or no one was acting this other way. So we just kind of learned to fit in, right? Subconsciously. And then when we do want to change, it's like, whoa, why are you changing? What do you mean why I'm changing? We're supposed to change. This is what this is all about. Evolution, right? If you've heard me before, you've heard me say that who I was back then is not who I am now. Even last month, who I was last month, I am a completely different person now. Because with time and with awareness, evolution comes, right? We evolve to new versions of ourselves. And just like style, sometimes we try some out and see if it fits and we like it for a bit. And then we wake up one day and we're just like, you know what? No, I'm going to change it and I'm going to wear this thing today. And we kind of go with that. Same thing. And when we don't face discomfort or when we refuse to face changes, it's not because we're weak. It's because the patterns that didn't even start with us. I mean, it literally goes that far back, epigenetically speaking. There's a great book that's called It Didn't Start With You. I'll have to remember the author. I'll look it up right now, but it's a really good book if you have never read it or audiobook book. But it didn't start with you. That's one that kind of goes into the depths of all of this. It's because the patterns didn't start with us. They live in our lineage, the way our parents loved, the way our parents fought, the way generations before us survived. Like we literally inherited their pain, their silence, their coping mechanisms, but we also inherited their strength. And that's where these memes that we all share on social media about being the ancestor that breaks a generational change, this is literal. We can't just post about it and our ancestors know. No, we have to make that change. We have to be the change. And the truth is, we can't wait a lifetime for other people to change. And to be honest, I say this with lots of love, but with the raw truth. Not everyone is here to heal. Yeah, look around you. I mean, maybe for some of you, even look at your home. Not everyone is here to heal. Like to heal the generational trauma, the cycles. We're not all here for that. Some stay in the cycles, whether that's consciously or unconsciously, and we can pray. Sometimes you can even beg them to change. You can hope for them to change. But the moment we decide to choose ourselves, the moment we choose to grow, regardless of who comes with us, that's when everything changes. Literally. Choosing yourself doesn't mean abandoning everyone else. No. It means refusing to abandon yourself. It means facing the mirror and saying, hey, this is crazy. This stops here. And the healing starts. And I'm realizing that it starts with me. And that courage, that inner strength can be challenging to find, especially when we haven't seen it, right? We didn't see it growing up. We don't see it in our surroundings. Sometimes we feel like we don't find it, but that's where we have to go back to faith. We have to go back to whatever higher power you believe in and give it to that. Trust that God, the universe, whatever your higher power is, will help you overcome this heartbreak or overcome these challenges. And when we're able to give that pain, that fear, and just trust, new opportunities come our way. New doors start opening. But we have to look within, guys. Inner healing and balance. We have to start within. We have to make space within ourselves, in our hearts, clear out what's needed. If you've been to any of my sessions before, you've heard me say the heart is a electromagnetic field. It's literally a magnet for energy. But like any magnet, it can't pull in new things if it's already clogged up with old, heavy pieces that don't belong there anymore. We want to attract love, abundance, opportunities. But the truth is, attraction happens through the heart first, not through the mind. And if your heart space is full of resentment, of old stories, unprocessed grief, bitterness, or fear, there's no room for that new energy to anchor in. Think about this. You can't pour fresh water into a cup that's already full. And you definitely can't expect that water to taste pure if the cup is still holding on to a few nights or weeks ago's drink that's been sitting there. Or maybe even years, right? Why would you pour into a cup that has water from years ago or juice or whatever, right? So this is where the work gets real. It's not just think positive or just manifest harder. No, that spiritual bypass is crazy. Crazy. It's about sitting with yourself and asking, what am I still holding on to that's taking up sacred space in your heart? Start to think of your heart as a sacred space. I mean, because it literally is. It's what keeps us alive, right? Um, but what am I still holding on to that's taking up sacred space in my heart? What outdated belief am I still running on autopilot? Who or what am I still energetically tied to that no longer aligns where I'm going? And that's a deep question. Who or what am I still energetically tied to that no longer aligns with where I'm going? Because the moment you clear that space, the moment you release with intention, that's when your electromagnetic field changes. That's when the frequency shifts. That's when the universe says, "Oh, okay, girl, you ready. I see you." Literally, And inner work isn't always easy. If that's what you're seeing online, run away. No, I'm just kidding. It's not supposed to be, right? Growth asks us to stretch in ways that we've never stretched before. It asks us to release things that you thought you couldn't live without. And it asks you to be brave enough to face the parts of yourself that you've been avoiding for years. But here's the thing. You've already been carrying the strength to do it. You've already survived. I mean, you've gone through things that you once thought would break you. You've already walked through the storms and made it out with your heart still beating. So don't you dare tell yourself you can't clear space for something better. Don't you dare settle for cycles that suppress you or dim your lights. I rebuke that energy if that is what is in your mind telling you otherwise. We are canceling it out. Don't you dare tell yourself that. You are not here to repeat the story. You're here to rewrite it at whatever capacity that is for you, right? And if your story, you feel like it's written great and you are in a great space mentally, emotionally, and physically, that's amazing. And I'm so happy for you. And maybe, just maybe, this is your moment. This is the shift you've been waiting for. It's not somewhere out there, it's in you. And the second you decide you're worth the space, the healing, the peace, I promise you, the universe will meet you halfway. So take the steps, do the clearing, trust your heart to call in what's yours and to let go of what is just not serving you. And start with pieces, right? Or jump right into it. Whatever feels right for you, that will be the way. And you'll know because you'll feel it. And if you don't know because you're not feeling anything, ask for that strength, ask for that guidance. You'll get it. You just have to believe, right? Faith, believe. I mean, lo mismo, casi, casi. Alrighty, well, I hope this conversation soothed your mind and heart. Thank you for listening up to here if you stayed for the whole episode. And I will see you next time. Bye.